Okay, video on, audio on. Hello, you amazing human beings. I'm Lauren Frontier, and I am the creator of The Real Female Entrepreneur, which is launching in 14 days. It's crazy. That's nuts. So I just had a loss for words because I was like, oh my God, 14 days, Lauren, you have everything to get done in 2 weeks. No pressure. So yeah, August 15th is the big day. Everything launches on August 15th. Season 3 of the podcast, the new website, the homepage, everything. And if you're like, Lauren, what's going on? You should go back and watch the previous videos. And if you want to be the first to know when everything goes live, you need to go over to therealfemaleentrepreneur.com and you can sign up there with your email so that you'll be the very first to know. And by the way, if you sign up, not only will you be the first to know, but you're going to get early access to something that no one else will have access to. So you should sign up. Now, welcome to week 13 of my weekly video diary updates, where I take you behind the scenes of this journey, which originally started out just as taking my podcast from podcast to profitable, and has now transformed into this crazy journey of rebranding from Grit and Glitter Co. And the Grit and Glitter podcast, which is what it formerly was, and now the Real Female Entrepreneur and the rebrand and just all the things. So welcome behind the scenes on this journey with me. It's crazy and it's real life and it's sad and it's an emotional roller coaster and it's all the emotions. And I'm sharing all of that. So everything was going as planned. Last week was just meant to be this huge week of progress for me. The main thing was the website. I was going to create and build out the entire website. So it was a lofty goal to finish in 1 week, but that was my main goal for last week, along with a billion other things that I needed to do. Billion is a gross exaggeration, and I realized that I have a thing for gross exaggerations and hyperboles. So that's a thing. I did finalize the tagline and description, and it's so perfect. It's so perfect that it makes me emotional. But I spent so many hours just writing and asking myself questions, trying to get it just right. And I then scheduled a few calls with some of my amazing friends and got their feedback on the tagline and the description, and I wanted to make sure that it really embodied everything that I want the Real Female Entrepreneur to embody, and it's done. The tagline and description is done, and that feels really good. So after finishing that, the website was the next thing on my to-do list, and I went into Monday planning to spend the entire day on the website and have it done come Friday. But as with life often has other plans for you, and I didn't end up getting the website done last week. Instead, on Monday, I got a phone call about my aunt who has had cancer for almost 2 years now, and I knew that it was ending her time here on earth. And I got a call Monday from my parents that she had taken a turn for the worse and that she probably wasn't going to be here for another week. So by Tuesday morning, I had booked a last-minute flight to North Carolina to see her one last time and to say goodbye. And that didn't happen. I made it to North Carolina, but I didn't get there in time to say goodbye. And death is so hard. Life is so hard. Family is so hard. Business is so hard. It's all so hard. And my Aunt Mimi was more like a mother or a grandmother to me than she was an aunt. And so it meant the world to be able to go home and be with my family for the entire week. So I spent the week back in North Carolina celebrating my aunt's life. So while work had to be postponed for a few days, while I just gave myself the time and space that I needed, the website was still my main priority and to-do list. And after spending a good portion of Monday trying to work on it, I finally almost lost my shit. I realized that my specialty is not design. Like, branding and designing a website is not my forte. Hello, that's why I'm not a brander or designer, like website designer. That's just not what I do because I'm not great at it. Can I do it and be like semi-okay at it? Yeah, but it's gonna take me so much time. And at the end of the day, Monday, I was so frustrated and I have had so many emotions going on, knowing what was going on with my aunt, that I decided that I was going to have someone else create the website for me. And one of my amazing friends, Kristen, who created the logo, I reached out to her and was like, can you help me on this? Like, can you build out the full website? She was going to help me on just, the branding part of it, but I was like, I can't do this. I need someone else to create this for me. Can you do that? And that was one of those decisions where I could have decided that from the get-go. Like, from the very beginning of this rebrand, I knew that design wasn't my forte. And I knew that while the website would look okay, like, I couldn't make it as great as it could possibly be. But I didn't want to spend the money to have someone else build out the website for me. And I didn't think that I had the money to have someone else build out the website for me. But that book that I shared with you last week, You Are a Badass at Making Money, has really pushed me to think about money and investing in yourself and your business and making money really differently. And because of that, I decided that this was something I needed to invest in. And having an awesome, beautifully designed website is really important when you have a business that's online. So I made the decision to pay Kristen to build out the website for me. And I can't tell you how much relief that brought to me and excitement to know that I was going to get to see this beautiful thing that I didn't even have to think about creating. So because of that, though, because I asked her to do this with less than 3 weeks before the website actually launches, which is just crazy, I had to get all of the copy complete last week. By the way, aside from the tagline and description, I hadn't written one line of copy for the website. Not one. And I tell you this because I think that we build up these to-dos in our minds and we're like, there's no way I can possibly accomplish this. It's going to take me a week. Until you don't have a week and you only have a day and you have to get it done in a day. And then you do because you can and you always could. And that was how the website copy was for me. If I had designed and built out the website myself, it would have taken me at least a week to write all of the copy. But because I knew that I had a deadline, because I knew that I had to get this copy to Kristen that day, I woke up at 5 a.m. and by 10 a.m., almost all of the copy was done. Like, I banged that shit out. It just happened because I had to. And so it feels so good to have the website off my plate, and I can't wait to see it, and I can't wait to show it to you like really soon. So now that I'm not doing the website, what am I working on? That is the question that I have been asking myself a lot lately, because I have dozens of to-dos on my to-do list to get done in the next 2 weeks. But one of my biggest ones is promotion. And the thing that I'm doing with the launch of the Real Female Entrepreneur that I have never done with any launch before is I am forcing myself outside of my comfort zone. And I am really focusing on the promotion of this, like at the launch and before the launch. And so I challenged myself from the very beginning to have an email list of 200 people that I could email to let know about the TRFE. By the way, that's the shortened version of the Real Female Entrepreneur, because sometimes I talk really fast in the Real Female Entrepreneur. The Real Female Entrepreneur. It's really long and wordy, so TRFE. But I wanted to let at least 200 people know about this. Past podcast guests, I wanted to let them know, hey, the brand's changing, FYI. People and friends, Skype date friends, all of the people that I've talked to, I wanted to force myself outside of my comfort zone by being like, hey, here's this really cool thing that I'm super excited about that I'm doing and getting ready to launch, and I wanted to let you know, and I want you to be a part of it. And I built out that list with like every email I've sent over the past year, and I realized that I only had like 130 or 140 people. And I was having dinner with a friend the other night, and she pushed me. She pushed me to reach out to these people that I was really scared to put on the list. People with much larger platforms than me. People who have reached levels of success that I can only dream about at this point. And because of that, I feel like, who am I? Who am I to reach out to her and let her know what I'm doing? Who am I to ask her to be a part of this? And the question that I ask myself back is, who am I not to? Who am I to not believe in my dreams? Who am I to not think that this idea that I'm so passionate about is as amazing as I feel like it is? Who am I to not reach out and ask her to be a part of this, because she is amazing, and she is the real female entrepreneur, and I can't talk right now. Who am I to not reach out to her and ask her to be a part of this thing? Who am I to not thank her for all that she has done and celebrate her success and her platform and say, hey, because I look up to you and love what you're doing, I would love to celebrate you and have you be a part of this. But that who am I question is just like this haunting thing that can just like paralyze you and make you stop right there in place. But I've decided that I won't let it, because the success of this and the success of me pushing myself outside of my comfort zone and doing something I've never done before is far more important than my ego. It's far more important than someone never responding to my email. It's far more important than, what's the worst case scenario, right? Like when I think in my head, what's the worst case scenario? I email one of these ladies, and the worst case scenario for me would be like, her laughing and saying, this sucks. I can't even believe you would reach out to me. Who are you, you tiny ant? Like, I'm up here, you're down there, leave me alone. And like, if that's the worst case scenario, like that's terrifying to me. But when I say that out loud, I'm like, whoa. Like if that actually happened, it wouldn't even be like an ego bruise for me. It would be like, whoa, okay, some serious issues right there. I don't need to be a part of that. So thank you, but no thank you, right? So that is one of the biggest obstacles that I am pushing through, and I am going to send every single one of those 200 emails, and 50 or more of the names on that list terrify the shit out of me to reach out to. And some of them, if I told you the names right now, which I'm not going to right now, you would probably laugh like, who are you to think you can reach out to her? I don't know, but I'm Lauren, and that's who I am, and I'm going to reach out to her anyways, and it is what it is. Like, I don't have any words, because when I think about it, I'm like, you're right, who am I? But who am I not to? I'm going to send the damn emails anyways. So whatever you're doing right now, I want to encourage you, get outside of your comfort zone. Push yourself to do something that terrifies you. Because I don't know, I have no idea what that's going to do for me, and you have no idea what it's going to do for you, but the what ifs, and the amazing things that it could do for you far outweigh the worst case scenario. So push yourself outside of that damn comfort zone and do the damn thing. Be sure to stay tuned and subscribe here on YouTube so you do not miss these videos. I don't know if it's on this side or this side, but there's a red button here or here that says subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. So make sure that you subscribe, and you can check out The Real Female Entrepreneur by, going to the website, or there's just a link in the description if you want to click it down there. I will be back next week for week 14 and the last weekly video diary update before I launch this mammoth of a thing and a dream and a brand, and whoa, that's crazy. So stay tuned for next week, and be sure to head to the website and sign up with your email so that you get first dibs on all of the amazing things that are going to be happening in T-2 weeks. I'm Lauren Frontiera, and I am the host. Sometimes the words don't come. to me. It launches on August 15th. I'm gonna try that one more time. Woo!